Hi, this is Munson with Munson Music, and we're going to talk about how you can play a song called Wake Up Little Susie by the EVERLY brothers. And you'll kind of hear this cool little lick at the very beginning that kind of works around an open D, and then we go to 3rd fret on the D, and then almost another open D, and then 5th on the D, and then back to open D, and then back to 3rd fret on the D. And it's kind of this little intro lick of kind of that D, F, D, G, D, F, D, F, D, G, D, F, D. And the chords that would kind of back that up was thrown on a D major chord. When we play D major, first finger goes to the G on the 2nd fret, second finger on the high E 2nd fret, and 3rd finger on the B string 3rd fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds a D major chord, and it sounds really, really happy. Now, while you're on Ds in general, it can be kind of cool to lift off the 2nd finger and make that a D suspended 2nd. Or you could add in the pinky on the high E on the 3rd fret, and kind of say some things around D chords in general. Or you could work kind of a D5 power chord, kind of working the D string and the A string together is kind of an idea. And then from the D note, we can kind of back up that F with an F major chord when we play F major. We'll talk about an easy way to play this too. But normally you do first finger across the entire 1st fret, second finger on the G string 2nd fret, 3rd finger on the A string 3rd fret, and the pinky on the D string 3rd fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds an F major bar chord, and it sounds really happy. Now, a good substitute for that, though, would be something called F major 7, where you do your first finger on the B string 1st fret, second finger on the G string 2nd fret, 3rd finger on the D string 3rd fret. And if you strum the D string to the high E string, that sounds an F major 7. I'm going to use that for your Fs. And then from the F, we're going to be on to a G major chord when we play G major. First finger goes to the A on the 2nd fret, second finger on the low E string 3rd fret, and 3rd finger on the high E string 3rd fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds a G major chord, and it sounds really happy. And then you may also want to think about putting the 3rd finger on the B string 3rd, pinky on the high E string on the 3rd, and kind of working the G major that way. And actually, another possibility for the F that might be kind of cool is to do an F major 13, where you do first finger on the G 2nd, second finger on the D 2nd, 3rd finger on the B string 3rd, pinky on the high E string 3rd, and kind of strum just the D string of the high E string. So you could kind of work that as kind of that D, F, G, F, D, F, G, F, and kind of work those hits in that way. Or you could kind of take that power chord idea, the D5, and use it for an F5 power chord, where you could do first finger on the D 3rd, 3rd finger on the G 5th, kind of work an F5 power chord, and then kind of lift off that first finger for the open D, and then slide that shape over to kind of 5th fret and 7th fret, so that's a little G5 power chord, and then the open D, and then back to the F5. So maybe kind of a cool way to Or you could use an F5, G5 power chord in lower places. So you could do an F5 with the first finger on the low E 1st fret, 3rd finger on the A string 3rd fret, kind of work that for your F5, and then slide that F5 shape over to the G5, so kind of 3rd fret and 5th fret, and then back to the F. So you may want to kind of play around with that kind of D5, F, D, F, D. Might be kind of a cool way to kind of open it up too. Or you could make those hits kind of on the B chord, the bigger chord, it's kind of that F, G, F, D, F, G, F. Or a lot of times with a song like this, I like to add strumming to it too. And you could do it as kind of an 8 down on the D, and then kind of half those downs kind of for that F and G, just to kind of add some rhythm to it. Or one of my favorite strum patterns for a 4/4 like this is down, down, up, up, down, up. So you took the D and just tried that a lot. You'd have down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. Or another variation of that can be cool too is kind of a down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up. Now, the weird part about getting that F and G and F all in one measure is you can do the F with kind of a down, down, hit the G on the up, and then go back to your F with a down, up. So it's kind of a weird thing on that intro. It's kind of the E, down, up, F, down, G, up, F, D, F, G, F, kind of working it that way. And then from that intro, then we'll be going into our first chorus. And we start out on D major, and we do that 8 times, and you kind of hear where kind of a G and a D gets half, and then we go back to G, and another G, and a D, and a G, and then we do a lot of that G, D, G, D, First finger goes to the D on the 2nd fret, second finger on the G string 2nd fret, third finger on the B string 3rd fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds an A major chord, and it sounds really happy. Now while you're on A's, it can be kind of cool too to lift off the 2nd finger and make that an A7 chord, or you can kind of readjust the fingers and add the pinky in on the high E3rd and kind of get a little bit more bite with that too. And the weird part about applying our strum pattern is those G's and D's that are halving, you may want to do just a down, down, up on those chords. So we tried it all the way through. We'd have kind of that D, down, up, down, verse. And on the verse, you kind of start off on the A, or on the first verse. We start on the A, and then we go to an E major chord, and we play E major. First finger goes to the G on the 1st fret, second finger on the A string 2nd fret, and third finger on the D string 2nd fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds an E major chord, and it sounds really, really happy. Now you may also want to think about lifting off the 3rd finger, making it an E7 chord, or you could add the pinky in on the B string 3rd fret, and make it E7 that way. Kind of be halving kind of that A and the E idea, and then going back to our A, and then we kind of have a big stop time on A, and then we pick it back up on our D, one of the things that I like to add to a song like this too is bass notes. And if you kind of dig on that, a lot of times on that very first down of the down, down, up, down, up, you can throw in a bass note for the chord. So on the A, you'd have the A for the bass. On the D, you'd have the D for the bass. On the G, you'd have low E for the bass. On the F bar, you'd have low E for the bass. And on the G, you'd have the low E for the bass. And on the A, you'd have the A for the bass. So you can kind of work it through the verse that way and have kind of an A with a bass, down, up, E, bass, down, up, A. Pick it back up on the D, and from there, then we go into a bridge part. And our bridge kind of starts with 3 Ds, but then you may want to change to a D7 chord. We play D7. First finger goes to the B string on the 1st fret, second finger on the G string 2nd fret, and third finger on the high E string 2nd fret. You want to kind of play out that D7, which has a lot of nasty bite, and kind of lead us back to the G major 4 times. And then we kind of tag it, kind of like our chorus, kind of A, G, A, and kind of a big down. So we tried our bridge with our basses. We have the D, D7, G, then we go back into our intro parts. So that E, F, B, F, G, F, to lead us back into our next chorus. So we try our next chorus with basses. We have the D, verse part. So we have A, E, up on our D. Our intro, kind of D, F, G, F, D, F, G, F, D, F, G, F, D. Now, if you know the licks around these chords too, feel free to embellish that. But that's the basics of how you can strum through "Wake Up, Little Susie" by the Everly Brothers. So, good luck.